Welcome to Simple and Savored with the Bald Guy Simple Haircut. And today, Thursday Thoughts, Think Like a Chef series, we are doing a super simple, we're zoodling. And we're making a red sauce with zucchini noodles instead of pasta. So if you grow zucchini and can't figure out what to do with all that zucchini that hits you all at once, this is another way to use it. So let's take a look at our menu. Okay, the sauce is essentially just tomato sauce, canned tomatoes, and Italian sausage, or you don't have to use meat. You could just use the tomato sauce with some basil, salt, and pepper. And then we're gonna be putting that on noodles, or zoodles. They're so fun to say. And it's essentially just a really quick and easy slicer. If you don't like to use a knife, this is maybe a good alternative for you. They're a couple bucks. I'll put them in the description down below where you can get them. And they're just kind of fun. So I'll show you how to use that as well. Okay, so we always are battling against that 30-minute clock because it's 5 o'clock and the question is, what's for dinner tonight? And this is a simple, easy, healthy recipe to put good food in your body, to be nice to you in one of the best ways. Food is medicine, so let's go. Okay, let's start the timer. And let's get to cooking. I'm going to get the pan going here first. Remember how to turn this on. There we go. So I'm gonna make this the quickest way. If you're doing vegetarian, you can just open the can like this. I've got the pan on, so we can pour it in and get to cooking right away. And we're just gonna reduce this down. It's pretty thick already. We're gonna simmer that a little bit and reduce it down a little bit more. And then, while that's starting to cook, since we're at less than a minute, let's get the Italian sausage going here. And like I said, you could do this vegetarian, just go tomato sauce over any kind of noodles. You could put this over rice, you could put this over sauteed vegetables. This is just a really good, simple sauce. Now, if you wanted to add a little more flavor to this, you could take these sausages and cook them first. And that would just kind of brown them up. But since we're going the quickest method, I want to see if I can beat that 10-minute timer. We'll see. Okay, so that is going. And now let's make zoodles. Ooh. So just cut the tips off so they don't get stuck in the cutter. Just get all these out here. Kind of trim them all off at once. So just another way to do things a little quicker. Watch your fingers. Keep them out of the way. And these are off our vines, and we have a zucchini river out front. There's about 10 plants, and we've kind of kept up with their production until just recently. So I'm looking to be able to do anything and everything with zucchini. So let's take a look at our sauce. It is starting to simmer. So I'm just gonna turn the heat down. I had it on high to get everything up to temperature. And we'll just let that simmer. I'm gonna take it. That's just a nice flavor to start with. I'm gonna add a little salt. And then we'll cut the fresh basil up. Add that at the end. If you have dry basil, you could add that right now as well. So a recipe, and this recipe is out of Robin Takes 5 cookbook, 500 recipes, 5 ingredients or less, 500 calories or less, 5 nights a week at 5 p.m., says it on the book. And so it's spicy linguine with Italian sausage and chunky tomato sauce. She's using regular linguine, but we are turning the fire out. We are using up our zucchini. So let's zoodle. So if you've ever seen these, if you are a Pinterest person, these are all over Pinterest right now. Zoodles are the big thing. So you want to just keep spinning them And you do want to break them off so you don't get 5-foot long zoodles. So they're little. And watch your fingers at the end. So you do kind of end up with these little stumps, which you can cut and put in the sauce as well. Do some yellow ones for a little different colors. Let's take a look at our sauce too. All right, look at that sauce. It's just simmering away there. I'm gonna stir it a little bit. And it's really a nice thick consistency already. I'm gonna turn it down a little more. And back to zoodling. You know, to be real honest with you, I think I'd rather use a knife. It's faster, but you don't get these cool, fun zoodles now, do ya? But something I just figured out, I trimmed off the stem part, and that's a really good part to hold on to as you get closer. You can keep turning it in because the stem it's kind of like a handle. So just learned something new today. Hope you enjoyed that. Okay, we're getting the last zoodle out of here. You do have to kind of watch your fingers on this thing though, but I think the little handle idea is perfect. The zoodles are ready, and you can eat zucchini raw, so you could actually just put this on a plate and pour sauce on it, but I like to heat it up a little bit, so I'm gonna put it in the pan here. And then while that's heating up, so let's crank the heat back up. So I'm just going to put a lid on it, make this kind of hit a steamer kind of consistency. Now while that's going, let's chop up the basil. And so essentially I'm just going to sprinkle it over the top. And if you've ever chopped basil, just one of the ways is to just grab the leaves, kind of roll them up. Chiffonade. There's some technique name to that. Chiffonade, I think. Put that there. And the Italian sausage is pre-cooked, so really you could use any pre-cooked sausage. Makes it really quick, makes it really easy, very flavorful. You don't have to process meat if you don't like to do that. Doesn't bother me a bit, but handling chicken, or if you're not used to it, sometimes it kind of gets a little weird until you do get used to it. This doesn't have to be pretty. Got the blossoms up. Everything's kind of going to seed right now in the herb garden, so I'm just trying to use the last of the basil. Okay, let's take a look at our zoodles. It's kind of steaming here. I'm gonna toss and get some of the sauce with this. Definitely want to add more salt. Zucchini's a pretty neutral flavor, so give a little more flavor. I kind of used to make fun. I'd see zoodle recipes on Pinterest and everything, and it's like, that's stupid. I think Tanya bought me one, or maybe I bought one. I think Tanya maybe bought me one, or she thought it was kind of cool. I was like, this is silly. But it's an easy way. Like I said, if you aren't confident in your knife skills, it's an easy way to go through. You can do carrots that way. You can do really any vegetable, and it just makes it an easy way to come out really consistent. Your cut's really consistent. Everything is really consistent. So I think everything should be hot by now. That's all we're doing. Let me just do a quick check on that. Yeah, it's not soft and mushy. I haven't cooked the crap out of my food, so I think it's good right now. I'm just gonna turn this off. Let's plate it up. Where are we at time-wise? 16 minutes. So about 14 minutes, 13 minutes and some change. Thank you, production staff. Tanya in the background is just shaking her head going, I don't know who I married. This guy can't even subtract from 30 minutes. What the heck? So, never claimed to be a, well, I would say rocket scientist, but subtraction. I used to teach elementary school. I should be able to do that, right? Now, here's an example of I didn't break them off very often. So you're gonna get these huge, long zoodles. So fun. And let's get some of those sausages on top. We'll do a little taste here. Okay, this is really ugly plate. And we'll get some basil on it. Make it nice and centered. I'm gonna do some cracked black on top for a little color and flavor. Basil. And let's stop the timer. Oh my goodness. Almost hit 15 minutes, exactly. I could subtract 15 from 30, so 14 and almost 15 minutes left over. If it takes 30 minutes to make dinner, you now have, or sometimes an hour, you now have 15 minutes or 45 minutes extra to sit down and savor your family, savor some quiet time for yourself. Be nice to yourself. Remember, you're worth it now. So let's taste this bad boy. I'm not gonna take a big long one. I'll wrap it up here. So simple. Zucchini, red sauce, bam, this is good. So if you're new to this channel, do subscribe. I'd love to see you in the next video, because what we're doing here is making simple, easy, healthy food to put in your body to make you feel better. If you're stressed out, if you're in commute all the time, this is really good food for you. One of the nicest ways to be nice to you is to take care of yourself. So check out the Zoodle connection down in the link below or in the description. And if you have some ideas how to use zucchini, how you use your massive amounts of zucchini that come up at the end of the season, or tomato sauce, what you would add to it, some suggestions. This is a really basic sauce. You could add anything to this, whatever you like. Olives, you know, whatever. And we'd love to hear your suggestions, ideas, and please share. Thanks so much for joining us. See you in the next video.